Alright, everyone. I was just playing F-Zero X on the 64 and decided to do a review on a product that I bought on eBay recently. Yeah, this was still playing in the background, so just thought I'd leave it on there for background music. But anyway, so I bought this cool little adapter, high resolution VGA video converter, VGA to RGA video or S video. RGA, I think they meant RCA, probably. Not sure what RGA is. Let me know if anyone knows what that is, but I think that might be a typo. That G is supposed to be a C. Anyway, because what it does is it does composite. It converts VGA to composite and S video. So you can see here on the back, if I can get it to focus. There we go. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and test it out, and then also just kind of compare it to, you can see up here, I actually have an Extron 700D, yeah, you can see there, Extron VSC 700, so that also can convert a VGA signal into S video and composite. So anyway, let's go ahead and open up this box. I've actually already opened it up. But yeah, I'll show you what's inside. So yeah, you can see it actually is pretty nice packaging. So here's the actual unit. So yeah, looks like this one's branded as Fossmon. I don't always know what to think about these brands on eBay, because I think a lot of times it's exact. Like I saw like black ones of these different brands, different sellers, and they all looked basically about the same. Although I will say that this is actually a bit smaller than what I was expecting. But yeah, let's look at what it has on here. So here's the VGA in, and here's VGA out, so then you can still have it just show up on a regular monitor. And then you got your S video and regular composite. And then, okay, and then these buttons are for switching between PAL and NTSC. And then you got your power, which is 5 volts. And then you have all your menu stuff. And this particular seller that I bought from actually included a bunch of cables too, so whoops, you can see all these cables that were in the box as well. They just look like, generic cables, but yeah, it is nice that they're included. So here's like a USB cable, which I do like it when devices are USB powered, because then I can plug it into any USB device. Here's a VGA cable it came with. It's kind of a short VGA cable, maybe 3 feet long. And then it also comes with a composite cable. And then also an S video. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this adapter here, and right now I have the Extron VCS 700 hooked up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unhook the Extron, because what I do, let me back up. So I use the Extron to convert like the Nintendo Switch, to change the aspect ratio, since the Nintendo Switch doesn't have a 4:3 mode. So I use the Extron to manually squish the screen down so I can have the right aspect ratio on a 4:3 CRT. So yeah, let's see what this adapter can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have VGA in, which will come from I just have a passive VGA, HDMI to VGA adapter. So, in fact, I'll show it to you real quick. Hold on 1 second. Go grab it. It's hooked up behind here. So you can see everything that I have. This is just one that I actually just parted at a yard sale, and I just have it back there because it seems like it works pretty good. So yeah, probably just any passive VGA to, or HDMI to VGA adapter would suffice. But let me get this to focus. There we go. Yeah, you can see. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is the switch, it'll be going into my receiver, sound receiver, and then outputting HDMI, passively converting to VGA, and then I'm going to use this cable that they included in the box. So there you go, now we got HDMI converting to VGA. And then I'll plug the other end of the VGA cable into this VGA in, just like that. And then this Extron, it doesn't have a VGA input on it exactly. You have to split it off into RGB and then horizontal and vertical sync. But yeah, it's the same thing as VGA. It's just split it out into different wires to BNC cables. But anyway, so I'll hook this up here though. So it'll go VGA out and then go BNC into the Extron. And then, although I do have a monster video cable coming out of the Extron, so just to make it so it's fair, I'll use a monster video cable on this as well. I'm sure the one they included is good enough, but I'll use the best since I'm already using the best on the Extron. So just so then if there are any differences, we know it's not the cable's fault. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video and get all this set up. Okay, so here, so now I have the two devices connected. So the Extron, actually I'll show you. So this is the Extron screen. You can either set to output black or the color bars. Yeah, I have it on color bars. So here's the little eBay device that I bought on top of the Intellivision. So yeah, so here's the VGA signal going into it, and then this is going out to the Extron, so it's just VGA pass-through supposedly, and then this is converting the signal to S-video. And right now it's not converting anything because I don't have anything turned on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to turn on the switch. So I'll take one of these controllers, I guess, so I can control it. Alright, and then I'll change the, so right now I have my switch hooked directly into this AV receiver, so I'm going to set it to HDMI 3. Okay, so now this is going through the Extron. Okay, there we go. I have Smash Brothers open. Turn down this volume a little bit. Okay, and then I have both devices coming in to here. So I have these two, so they're both hooked into this SIMA AV switcher. So the Extron is on input 2, and then the eBay device is on input 1, and then they're both feeding into this one, and then this one's hooked to the TV. So anyway, I tried to make it as fair as possible, and then they're both using Monster S-video cables as well. So anyway, so yeah, so this is the Extron. Looks pretty good, I must say. And now I'm going to switch, so push here to input 1. Let's go to the, okay, so this is that eBay device. Alright, so I can already tell right now it's a lot dimmer, and the colors don't look nearly as vibrant. I should also show you, so I have it plugged in over here with the USB. I have it just plugged into a regular iPhone USB adapter charger. So yeah, let me turn off the lights so we might be able to see it a little bit better. So here's that eBay adapter. Let's see, yeah, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to switch the input back over to the Extron. We can see what it looks like. This is kind of hard to do in the dark. Okay, so this is the eBay adapter. Here's the Extron. Yeah, the Extron is just a lot brighter. So, yeah, so here's eBay, Extron. eBay Extron. But yeah, as far as clarity goes, it looks pretty similar. I'm looking at this text here. So here's the eBay adapter, and then Extron. Yeah, I think it's mostly that the Extron just brighter. So I'm going to turn back on the light so I can see what I'm doing again. So yeah. Oh, and another thing I did too is I already, this is actually kind of cool. So I set the, actually I'll show you in this menu. So, well, yeah, so when you, I set this before, when you push this menu button, then you have different options that come up. So I'm going to hit the menu button. Oh, whoops, I'm on the Extron. Let's go back to the, okay, here we go. So yeah, so then you can change like the horizontal size, whoops, vertical size. So that's what I did. So I changed the vertical size. So you can see, you can go clear up. So yeah, then it, let's see, let me actually set up this camera so you can see this better. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so pushing this menu button, you can see, so I can change the horizontal size. I think originally they were both on 45 for the default, from what I remember. Yeah, something like that. And then let's actually kind of play around with this brightness. Maybe we can get it to look brighter so it's closer to the Extron. Well, it's definitely brighter, but it's wow, yeah, I can see, and it actually looks you can see like it's wiggling right here. Something's going on where it's yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it's definitely brighter, but like now let's go back over to the Extron. Yeah, you can see the Extron just retains its brightness, but also has the color detail. Yeah, so anyway, I think that this definitely looks better when it's down, down what it was before. Oh, I don't want to go out of that. Let's go back to that menu. And then let's see, I think there's a way to change this. Oh yeah, this is kind of cool. So it has a CRT, or you can do an LCD. Looks like the CRT is brighter. That's what I can see, and also the text is smaller on the LCD for the OSD. Let's see here. And then here's some, I guess these are different zoom configurations. Yeah. I was hoping there'd be a way to reset it. Let's see, maybe this, okay, so now on this, so on the actual unit, there's a zoom button. Alright, that didn't seem to reset it though. Okay. Oh, well, actually the zoom did reset the horizontal size and the vertical size. Interestingly enough. I guess that makes sense since we were zooming. And so let's actually go to the switch menu. And I'm going to put it on the white background just so we can see everything better. Just like that. Down to the white theme. There we go. And then I guess, yeah, I guess that's okay. Alright, actually let's go, oh yeah, I guess that's okay. Well, actually, just so we can see it, let's go down to this, where it shows like the TV size. Let's see here, where is that? Oh, yeah, that's right, you have to go into TV settings. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so this is the smallest zoom level, so I'm going to hit this zoom button on this eBay adapter. So you can see it's getting bigger. Alright, so about right there is about where I would have it. Yeah, so see, so there's, I think this was the default setting, so you can see 45 by 45. So you can readjust it to your liking. So I would put it down like, so this is cool. One thing I do like about this is that it saves your settings even when you have it unplugged. I wish you could set it back to whatever default is, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, and then I think when the menu's away, so when the menu's away, then these buttons on the device will move the picture around. But yeah, so you can see, so that's what it looks like. It doesn't look bad, but it's really in comparison. So here's the Extron, and yeah, it's just a lot brighter. But the Extron's also a lot more expensive, and they're not making them anymore. So, you know, it's a trade-off. You know, I actually thought of something kind of interesting we could do. Let's see here. Since we were doing the F-Zero before, let's go into F-Zero again. And let's see if we can actually, how easy it is to make this game the right aspect ratio to fill the full screen. See if we can actually make it look similar to what it looked like on the Nintendo 64. So here's F-Zero X. Alright. So yeah, so it's actually kind of hard to tell with this adapter, but maybe I'll put on the Extron just temporarily here. It's actually pretty dark on the Extron too, but yeah, these, you know, this is obviously, this should be, you know, this should fill the entire screen. So, so let's switch back over to this adapter. And so I'm going to go back into this menu here. Let's change the horizontal size. Let's see if it'll go all the way. Oh, it doesn't quite go all the way. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, then we stretch this up and down. All right. So yeah, it looks similar to the Nintendo 64, but not quite. I think the biggest thing is that we just can't get all the way to the left and right, but it doesn't look bad, and if you're playing, you probably wouldn't notice it too much. Let's have this menu go away. So yeah, so that's what it looks like here. So this is Nintendo Switch Online with this F-Zero game. And just for kicks, let's turn on the Nintendo 64, see what that looks like. So here's the Nintendo 64 now. You can see the 64 looks a lot better on this TV than Nintendo Switch Online. Actually, another thing too is, see, the Nintendo 64 is also progressive because it's a 240p image, whereas the Switch obviously doesn't do 240p, and this adapter is, I'm almost positive it's converting it to 480i. I would be very surprised if it's not. In fact, you can probably tell if we look closely at the picture. So let's see here. Yeah, so here's the adapter again. Yep, I can see the interlacing. Yeah, it does look cool. I mean, it is cool to see these games at a higher resolution. And this, to tell you the truth, this TV, this Mitsubishi, actually, if you see my other videos, I've compared it to a Trinitron, Sony Trinitron, and I actually like this image more. The interlaced looks so good, it looks progressive to me, unless you're like right next to the screen. It's pretty impressive. But anyway, so this is probably the best we could get it with this adapter. Yeah, not very bright, but if we turn up the brightness too much, it kind of washes out the colors and the screen gets all shaky. So now, just for comparison, I guess, let's switch over to the Extron, and there's these knobs on here that you can use to change the image size. So like, I'm going to stretch it out. Yeah, stretch it out quite a far ways. Yeah, so again, this is the Extron. See how far it can stretch, if it'll stretch all the way to the sides. Yeah, the Extron just keeps going. And then we'll do vertical. Vertical does it a lot faster. Alright, and then you gotta move it up a little bit. Move the center there. See, and then we'll do the size again. Stretch down. Alright. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, now we need to go up a little bit. Actually, from what I remember, this, well, yeah, actually probably should be up from the top and bottom. On the 64 on this game, it actually doesn't always draw stuff at the top and the bottom. It kind of depends on if you're in multiplayer or not. But I have a feeling on the Switch it always is from the top and bottom. Okay, so now this is with the Extron, with it sized properly. I think that actually looks pretty good. Okay, so now let's switch over to the eBay adapter. Alright, here's the eBay adapter, almost sized properly. And here's the Extron again, sized properly, and well, I guess we could go over a little bit more on here. It's pretty close though. I think it's just because I got my horizontal too big. Let's actually turn down the size a little bit. And then move it back over this way. And make it a little bit bigger. Alright, that's pretty close, I guess. Okay, and then let's go back to the 64 and see what that looks like. Alright. Yeah, here's the 64. Yeah, you can definitely see the blank lines in between the scan lines on the 64. And here's the Extron. Yeah. I guess it would help if I had these. Here, what I'll do is I'll let's go to reset. I'll push the reset button on the 64 at the same time. Then supposedly it'll be it will be in sync. Alright, so here's the Extron. Okay, and then here's the 64. Wow, so actually even the 64 is brighter than the Extron, you can see. Interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. There's probably brightness settings on the Extron too. And then here's the eBay adapter. It's by far the dimmest. Yeah. Here's the 64 again. Yeah. Wow. Gee whiz. Yeah, 64 by far looks the best. 64. And then here's the eBay adapter. And here's the Extron. Yeah, I'm surprised. There's probably, well, anyway, maybe I'll do another video on the Extron, but specifically, but yeah, at least for the default settings, this is assuming it's the default setting. I guess I did buy the Extron used, so I don't know for sure, but I think I did do a recall on it, but yeah, the 64 is definitely the best suited for these CRT TVs. But anyway, I think I'm going to return this eBay adapter just because now that I see what the difference is, I think I'm going to keep looking for another, because I wanted a small adapter that I could take around with me, you know, and then, you know, just have it with me, so because the Extron's kind of big and it's just a setup. I don't want to unplug it all the time whenever I like go to my friend's house, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's pretty much the end of this video. I think I'm going to return this eBay adapter, but if you are looking for something that's cheap, especially a lot cheaper than the Extron, then yeah, I think it's an acceptable, you know, VGA converter. So anyway, oh, and actually, I guess since you've watched this far, I guess there is one thing I could try real quick, because right now the Extron is going through this little eBay adapter. So I'm actually gonna plug it directly into the into the HDMI to VGA adapter that I have, just so then we can compare it directly to the 64. I figured I'd just do this real quick. So let's plug this in here. Alright. Well, I guess the good thing about that adapter is it does accept 1080p, so that's what I have my switch set to right now. Okay, so here's the 64. Now let's go to the Extron. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so actually, okay, so that's a kind of a good thing and a bad thing. So, okay, so the good thing is that that adapter does appear to do VGA pass-through very well, because I can't see a difference. This is the Extron right now, plugged directly in the HDMI adapter, and it looks the exact same as it did when it was passing through that eBay adapter, so that's good. That eBay adapter isn't changing the VGA signal. But, as you can see, switching over to the 64, it still does not look, the Extron adapter does not look as good as the original hardware. And who knows, maybe that's a Nintendo Switch Online thing too, or maybe they dimmed the game a little bit. I know they did that on the Wii U. They dimmed all the 64 games, so then to help people not have seizures, I guess. Yeah, original hardware definitely looks a lot brighter, but it doesn't look bad here either. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.